Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Salute Cam to another episode of the Top Cast. That was my man right there, young motherfucking J. Cole. It's a cold motherfucking world outside. True indeed. His name is apropos. That drink right there is called Punching the Clock. Short, but a banger. The young man, his flow sounds like modern day poetry. He's one of the hottest new school artists that I listen to because most of the shit that you young motherfuckers play and say nowadays is shit, and I just don't listen to it. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Top Cast, episode number 11. Three niggas on YouTube. You know who it is. Me, the Roe Show, and big old Tone, you big old motherfucking pimp. And tonight's episode, the topic for tonight's episode is why are niggas so emotional? I mean, I've noticed, all my life that black men or males specifically are very, very emotional, and it leads to dire consequences more times than not. So I want to talk about that tonight. Is this thought actually stems from a conversation that I was having the other night on Sir Ism's channel. Make sure you go check Sir Ism out. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to everybody who's been on my channel already. Um, but this conversation we was having the other night sparked this thought, and it 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 it, it, it what we were discussing on that channel is I don't know if you guys seen the Fresh and Fit episode with Tommy Sotomayor and what went
Yeah,
down between him and the young lady when he called her a bitch.
yeah, I
You
saw
got
that.
you familiar with that?
Yeah,
Okay. Now it was the one gentleman, I believe his name was Mike, what he was saying, and I understand what he's saying, and it is a valid point, but he what he's asking ignores how human beings behave or have a tendency to behave, especially women. Um, and what he was saying is, why do we always have to, us as black people, have to always resort to using ad hominems um, when we have a disagreement? Or other words, why when we having a disagreement do we resort to name calling? In other words, when Tommy Sotomayor and the young chick was having a disagreement, why did Tommy have to resort to calling her a bitch, which consequently, you know, created all of the subsequent responses from her? And I was saying to the young man that it was my stance. I understand where he was coming from, but it's my stance that as human beings, some of us generally have a tendency to goad people or to antagonize people intentionally. I know this because I do it myself. I'm that kind of nigga. I'm the kind of nigga that will fuck with you to make you do something stupid so I could clean your motherfucking clock. I'm the type of nigga that'll set you up
hmm.
so I could fuck you up. I'm the type of nigga that will fuck your moms just so I can make you mad. So when you do something, I could whip your motherfucking ass and your mama can't say shit. But anyway, the reason why I say that is because I understand that there's people out here in the world like that who will intentionally antagonize you just to fuck with you. And my response or my line of thinking was, and I understand that she a female, so we already know that females are generally emotional or they're going to respond emotionally. So what do you expect to happen when you call a woman a bitch? You understand what I'm saying? But
Right.
my line of thinking is this: is when do we as adults get to the point in our thinking where when somebody says something to us, it doesn't produce or cause an emotional response in us? For example, Tone, let's say that you went to work today and some white man who you probably think don't like you, that work with you, just say, "Hey, Tone, I think you the biggest nigga I ever seen in my life." What would your response be?
I'm the last nigga you finna see. I'm just playing. I mean, that's what I want to say. You know what I
Hey,
mean? But
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But that
that's
shit
what I
is
want
funny.
to say.
That shit is funny to the motherfucker. But the
But
the reason why I asked you that is because I want to see if you will have an emotional response to something like that, because that speaks directly to the topic. Why do we? I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. I won't be a hypocrite and say that I've never reacted like that, because I have. But I have learned, in my lifetime, that that is not necessarily a good thing. And sometimes motherfuckers will even think that you are weak because of that. But it really takes an incredible amount of strength, and putting a lot of thought into this shit before you actually respond. Now, me, if a white man called me a nigga, I'm gonna look at him, right? And already in my mind, it's already in my mind. I expect this from him. So it's no surprise. You understand what I'm saying? Why should
right,
he wants me to react to him. You understand what I'm saying? Peace, Dave.
right.
Peace, man. He wants me to react to him. So if I give in to that, who has control of the situation?
He
You
does.
get where I'm coming from? Okay, but
Yeah.
please continue with I'm gonna be the
So,
last nigga you're gonna see.
in my opinion, an emotional response for a
Well,
man is for me to
you'd have been hell
hold
with
up.
the temptation, motherfucker.
I, I respond if you come at me with silly shit, I'm gonna hit you with silly shit too, but better. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you feel the need, but you the biggest nigga I ever seen, and I'm gonna be the last nigga you finna see. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say it to him just like that.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna fuck you, so to me. None of that. Okay, let's play this game. This is the game you want to play. Let's play this. I know you're not gonna whip my ass, so
Now
there's no
let me
point in
stop.
me going.
Let me
Hold on.
go ahead.
I know you're not gonna whip my ass. So why would I get to the point where I'm like, oh, let's fight about it then. Let's fight about it then. No, you got something. You felt something. You had something. You felt the need to say to me, and I respond. Now, do I
Okay.
respond with I'm gonna beat you up for saying the word nigga? No, but I'm gonna respond to your action with equal but opposite reaction
Okay.
because
Now, but this is what I wanted to say, because you alluding to it, but you're not really like highlighting it. And that is, it typically the typical response from out of a black person is to do what? If a white
scrap
person call them a nigga, the scrap. That's an
scrap or
emotional
recorded.
response. Now, how is that situation any different between the situation between Tommy Sotomayor and the young lady?
In my
And,
opinion, he was doing that shit on purpose.
and that's what I'm saying
He was
in the
doing that shit
situation
on
with a
purpose.
white person calling you a nigga. They would be doing it on purpose, but yet you
Fact.
would get the same response out of some
Right,
black people. You understand what I'm
right.
saying? So can we safely say that when black guys respond like that to white people who call them niggas, that they acting like bitches?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it's just a thought. I could be wrong. What you think,
I
Ro?
agree with you.
Ro,
Go ahead.
let me ask you, Ro. Let's say you was in the mall with your moms, and I walked up and said, "Damn, you a fine ass bitch." Well, how would you respond to that, Ro? What would you say to me in response to that if I was talking to your moms like that? I mean, no
Damn.
disrespect. It's just, these are examples. They extreme, but it's a reason why I'm being extreme with these kind of examples, because I want to see where your head is at, and I want to express my point of view and see if it make any sense.
Well, I'm going to definitely respond to that. I'm with my moms. It's going to be on some hey man, like don't be disrespecting my moms, right? My mom's like that. Like I'm not gonna be on some like, oh, you bitch ass nigga. I'm like, hey man, don't be disrespecting my moms like that. Now,
Okay.
if you keep taking it further and you just trying to go there, then we gotta go there. But for me personally, like I'm the type of person I always think about, is this shit worth it? I mean, shit. Like I work in customer service. I deal with people all day. I'll be like, is it worth it me cussing this nigga out in my car? Is it worth it me fighting this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I'm going to fight the nigga. I'm going to beat his ass. He going to play the victim. I'm going to lose my job and he going to live his fucking life. And I'm over here maybe might get sued or go to jail for some days or some shit because I done let this nigga get under my skin. And usually I'm just the type of nigga that when I get mad, I just get quiet. Like I don't respond to shit, and I'll stop fucking with shit. Just like us, if we had this show, right?
That's exactly how the fuck I be. The more quiet I get, the more you need to be worried.
Yeah, just like this show right here. Like we all cool. We have our disagreements, but we are respectful. But if y'all came on this show and was like, "Oh, you a bitch ass, suck ass, punk ass nigga," and you was disrespecting me, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna log off, and then I'm never gonna talk to you niggas again. Ain't gonna be no coming back. Ain't gonna be no coming back. That's how I am.
That nigga said, I'm gonna log off, and I'm never talking to you niggas again.
But see, that's the thing. Like everybody be looking at that Tommy Sotomayor shit. Everybody looking at that shit, and it's just like he brings that type of energy, nigga. Like if I had a podcast with some women,
I said it was a setup. That's what I said. It looked like some raggedy ass produced type bullshit. Some typical nigga shit. That's what it looked like to me.
I think he gonna use that. He gonna use that for his show. He set up. He was like, oh, this because the whole thing was, I watched the whole little thing about it. He supposedly messed with her at one point. He flew her and her friend out, fucked her friend. She said he tried to fuck her, but she ain't let him. And he was claiming he wasn't really whatever with it. And she just was like, yeah, I unfollowed you. And she just kept going. And I think he saw the opportunity, like, oh, okay, she gonna keep going. All right, now I'm about to call her out her name so I can go talk about this on my show. Because on his show, he break down like arguing with specifically mostly black women. You know, so the point that he making, he just gonna use this shit as a point. So he knew all I gotta do is call her a bitch, and everything finna explode. And legit, you saw how calm he was when she swung on him. Hey,
did you see? Did you see? You got to go back and watch that video and look at how calm the white bitch was. That white bitch was sitting back with her motherfucking legs crossed, her goddamn arms crossed. Sitting back with her, she had a look on her face that said, "Look at these Negroes."
Exactly.
I fell out when I see that shit, yo.
Set up or not, like
that's how it go.
He looked like that type of nigga. He looked like that type of nigga.
That's how they get. But that's how they get clicks nowadays, bro. You know, it ain't about.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, let's not pretend like we don't know niggas like that in real life. Fuck the clicks, fuck the show. It's niggas that's just like, they bring that type of energy. Like, when chicks hang out with me, they know they gonna laugh, they gonna have fun. You know, they know I'm gonna be respectful, but like still don't play with me. So a chick wouldn't even want to go on a show and do some shit like that. She might be mad at me because I stopped talking to her or some little shit. But nigga, never in my life have I ever had women call me, oh, you was a bitch ass nigga, because I don't never do no shit that's just on some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I do my regular shit. You know, I'm gonna piss women off sometimes because I'm nonchalant and I just don't care, but I'm not like disrespectful, so they don't never disrespect me. If you look at Tommy, just from looking at his show, he could be a different person in real life, but just from looking at his show, he looked like the type of nigga that just irritate bitches all day, irritate women. He looked like the type. He don't look like a joy to be around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at him. He don't look like it'll be fun. Like, oh man, let's go. Like some women would be like,
this nigga said,
like he started picking at her outfit, talking about, girl, what you doing with this busted ass heels on and this cheap ass bag, girl? You one of them niggas the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but I could be like that with broads.
But you ain't gonna be disrespectful.
I will. Man, I'm trying to tell. I will roast the
broad. To get disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I will roast the broad. I'll get disrespectful if she get out of line, but I'll get disrespectful like in a real polite way. I'll start saying shit to her. She had to stop and think about that. Like, wait a minute, hold up.
5 minutes later, like, hey, what the fuck you?
Exactly. Like, damn. This nigga actually making me think about what the fuck he's saying. Like, yeah, but anyway, man.
I roast too.
I think niggas in general. Now, like this is another point that I was trying to say, and it really is gonna come down. You can speak in generalities, but it really comes down to a case by case basis. So, like me and my mom's, to use the example I used with you, Ro, and I'll switch it, and I'll say it was me and my mom's, and you came up with that same kind of energy. See, me and my mom's had the kind of relationship where, you know, we really was like really cool with each other. Besides being parent and child. You understand what I'm saying? If you came up to on my mom's like that, me and my moms would look at each other and we just like secretly laugh at you on the inside because we know that we will jump you. You understand what I'm saying? We'll both kick your ass. So that's why something like that wouldn't make me irate or nothing like that. I would just look at you like this motherfucker's funny. He must don't know that we'll whoop his motherfucking ass out and rob him. This nigga just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's how me and my mom's relationship was. You understand? And I can't say that that's the same for everybody else. But what I do notice is that you get a lot of red pill guys, and they all fucking hypocrites if you really want to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit about these bitches because all these bitches is some hoes, but not they mama. You understand what I'm saying?
You don't know who your daddy is, but your mama is a saint.
I know that's right. Yeah, but I think it's wild, niggas. And you know, if I step on your Jordans and you fire on me, you know your fresh Jordans that you just paid $300 for, and you fire a shot at my chin, you know, I'm gonna dip it. But I understand why you did that because I actually did something to you.
But how did you do it?
I actually breached a physical threshold by making physical contact with you.
That's still not a reason. That's not a reason to fire on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
You're crazy as hell.
No. Hear me out.
If you step on my motherfucking Jordans, I'm a fire on you. This is why. This is my logic. Because you could say to me, yo, them Jordans ain't shit. And you're not actually doing anything to me. You just talking. But when you actually walk over there and step on my goddamn foot on my brand new shoes, that's you might as well have walked over there and slapped me or pushed me.
Yeah, I hear you. But hear me out. If it depends on how it goes down. Like if you just walk up to me like I'm about to step on this nigga's shoe just because I just want to be a hoe ass
nigga. Shit.
Yeah, but if you walk by and you step on my shoe and you like, oh, my bad, bro, I didn't mean to do that. Because niggas have gotten into fights in the clubs over that. Like you in a club with 300 people, somebody step on your $300 shoes. Nigga, if I got $300 shoes and I'm in the middle of a club, I know somebody gonna step on it. So I'm not about to be mad unless he purposely do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to the club with you, Ro, and I'm gonna get a bra and I'm gonna dance near her, motherfucker. Right? We gonna dance near your ass so I can step on your Stacey Adams, nigga.
Like nigga, I didn't have my shoes stepped on before. But see the thing, like be realistic. Like why
I'd have been stepped on before.
Hold on. We 20 minutes in. I know all y'all motherfuckers that's out there listening. You could be somewhere else. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Make sure you hit the motherfucking like button, like you wipe your feet before you go in your grandma's house. Have some respect when you come and check out my shit. I appreciate it. And by the way, did you know you can hit top up with the crypto, nigga? I'm gonna cover this because this is all made possible by an NFT, and I'm going to talk about this this coming Sunday. I think is when I got the live schedule for, because NFTs have much more utility than just some JPEG bullshit that can be, you know, copied right off the internet. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't really have ownership. This you have ownership of, and I'm gonna holler at y'all about it in the next Hodl and Gamble crypto show. Again, that's not the one coming on Thursday. That's gonna be the one on Sunday. In the video description below, I got links for Unstoppable Domains, which is where I minted this NFT at. You can also join Nexo, Celsius, Gemini, or Coinbase to get your crypto game up. If you need some advice on crypto, holla at me. You can DM me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me there. Roe and Tone also. Good evening, Miss Misha. How you doing? Glad you could stop by. Anyway, back to the show. What was you saying again, Ro?
No, I was just saying, like, you know, you go to
You
a
go
club,
you go try to moonwalk away when a nigga step on your shoes, nigga.
but see, Top. This why I would never go out with you. You gonna be the nigga that get us into a fight. It'll be like, oh, he
He's like,
accidentally stepped on my shoes. No, fuck that nigga. He disrespected you. No, fuck that man. We about to get on this nigga. He stepped on your shoes. You paid $300. You gonna be instigating this shit, and then I'm gonna be drunk. You be
I
like,
know this
yeah,
nigga.
you gonna let that nigga treat you like a bitch, and I'm like, you know what? You right, Top. You right. I'm about to take off on him. Next thing you know, we got a fucking Royal Rumble in the club just because a nigga stepped on your shoes by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
That's why
I'm in the club, bro. Like,
nigga,
the
that's
streets
why
look
I
king
wear
up in there.
boots. That's why I wear boots in case I gotta kick a nigga teeth in. You never know. So, you know, it's best to always be prepared. You know, I wear hiking boots too. Them motherfuckers hard in the front and reinforced. Anyway,
Yeah, man. But I just be chilling, bro. I'm not a hater.
That's another example though, Ro, of how niggas be emotional. And this is, you know, this is what I'm asking. Why are niggas like this? And then why do niggas act like they not emotional? You know what I'm saying?
We know the answer to that, man. That's easy. That's because they was raised by the single mothers that they hate, man. Like, listen, I grew up with my pops, and my pops didn't allow me to be some emotional ass dude. Like that's who I get it from. Like, I'm the most dry, nonchalant, non-emotional dude, and my dad is like 100 times worse. So for me, it's just like, if it ain't life or death, like, man, I'm not really tripping. Like, I don't care.
Nigga, I'm
And
like that too.
because it's just like nigga. Is it really worth it, man? Is it worth it me slapping this Lyft passenger? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I be thinking about that. Like,
Ro is out here busting shots in the Uber, nigga.
Never that, but they'll never get me there, man. I'm trying to get my money and get up out of here. You can't let people get under your skin, bro. You can't.
I had a fucking Muslim dude pick me up in an Uber a couple days ago, and I got an Arabic name. Matter of fact, I'm named after the prophet. I got the exact same goddamn name, right? But anyway, this motherfucker, now he don't know both of my parents dead. This motherfucker asked me, was I Muslim? I told him, no, my parents were. He said, well, why are you not Muslim? I said, because I believe in God. I just don't believe in religion. I don't believe any religion is correct. I wouldn't even be as disrespectful to presume that I could possibly know what God wants, because he never came and told me personally.
You old enough to know.
I mean, I would think, you know, just like Tone, if there was something you wanted me to know, you would in some way, form, or fashion find a way to communicate it to me, right? Well, right. God has never done that. I'm not saying it's not possible, just saying it ain't happened yet. So for me to adhere to a religion would be going against what I believe in my core being. You understand what I'm saying? So I just don't do it. This motherfucker told me, I blame your parents. I blame the parents. Yo, I was sitting in the back of the Uber and I said to myself, man, you know, I should tell this dude that my parents are dead. And but I somehow or another, I don't think that's going to make a difference.
It's not. That's why. Is it worth it?
Because this motherfucker,
They
because
cannot have
this
died.
this motherfucker is a Muslim. He a Middle Eastern Muslim, a real motherfucker, like a foreigner and shit. And them motherfuckers is like the kamikaze.
The kamikaze.
He like a zero fighter, man. Motherfuckers will, I was thinking, damn, if I tell this motherfucker this shit, he might blow us up in the car.
Yeah, that's racist.
Bro, what you said kamikaze, it was over, dude.
I was like, no, I'm not fucking with this goddamn desert dweller. I don't know what kind of tricks this motherfucker. And then after I seen the video of the other Uber driver busting shots, I was in fear for my life. I was like, I'm not fucking with this dude. But I could have got real emotional because first of all, you talking about my parents. You disrespecting my parents. I know you don't know that they deceased, but the fact that they are deceased and they can't speak for themselves, or speak on my behalf, you being real disrespectful. And just because you believe in Islam don't mean that I gotta believe it because that's what the fuck you believe. Like, man, I started to punch this dude in the back of the goddamn head, but the car would have crashed. And I wouldn't have been able to pick up my bike on Saturday. It was a real fucked up situation, man. But it's just an example that I think, and I could be wrong. I know it works for me. And it's real hard work, but a lot of time, and we even talk about it right here. It's talked about in the red pill community how niggas got to be stoic with women. Is that the only time you're supposed to be stoic? No, it's sometimes that should have saved your fucking life. You can't react to everything, especially when it comes to words, because of the honest to God truth is this. Roe could call my mother a bitch. I could punch Roe in the mouth, knock all his teeth out, and he could laugh and keep calling her a bitch. What am I going to do? Keep beating him up? I'm wasting energy. I'm wasting time. We both get ready to go to jail because we niggas. You see what I'm saying? Do you get my point? Do you understand the point?
No, I definitely get your point because it's like, is it like the words don't mean nothing? You know what I'm saying? Just like in LA, like I wouldn't recommend
Sticks
like
and
niggas.
Stones may break your bones, but words never hurt.
Right.
That's what I was taught when I grew up.
When you in LA, for example, right? Do whatever you can not to fight gang members, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this could be all over the world. This probably could apply to anybody. First of all, like, when you in LA, nigga might say, hey, nigga, where you from? I don't bang. He might just really press you. But guess what? If you a regular dude and you embarrass him and you put him on his pockets, he probably gonna go get the homies or try to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna never be fair. Cause a lot of the times you think like, oh man, I'm about to go get out with this dude. We gonna catch a fair one. Then we gonna shake hands or not shake hands. Then we gonna go on about our life. No, like a nigga might really be willing to go there and really try to kill your ass, especially if you win. You embarrass a nigga in front of some women, like let's just say you look like a nerd that just go to class and you just beat the dog shit out of this cold hard bully gangster nigga. He not gonna be able to live that down. And you might be like, all right, shit, man, I beat your ass. We even, you gonna leave me alone now? That's what you may be thinking, but he might be really wanting to take it there. So it's just best not to just, unless you just absolutely have to, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta defend yourself, cool, but don't be letting these niggas get in your face and say all these words and get you out, because they not gonna even fight fair, bro. That's why they in the gang for the most part anyway, because they don't want to fight fair. They'll tell you, we pack niggas out, we beat niggas asses. Like, nigga, that's what we do, nigga. He from the set. Oh, who beat your ass? We gotta go get this nigga. They ain't gonna say, oh, my nigga, well, you lost the fight. Was it 1-on-1? Yeah, well, shit, man, we shit you good then. Like, you got your fair one and that's it. Like, most niggas ain't gonna say that. Well, man, let's go ride on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. That's why you got to be careful with, reacting to what people say to you.
Facts. Shout out to
I think the
Topaz. How
problem
you
is-
doing, Miss Topaz? I see your eyes, your big light skinned ass eyes, and your wine. What's up? Matter of fact, Topaz was on that stream, and she was probably the only person who understood what I was trying to say and agreed, at least to some degree, to the point that I was making, which is what we're discussing right now. But Ro, you bring up a very interesting point, and it speaks to what I was saying to the guy Mike. Another part of the point that I was trying to make to him, and that is, I didn't necessarily use gang members, but hindsight is a motherfucker. It would have been a perfect example to use, because I use a similar example from another video I seen, where, again, a motherfucker will goad you into fucking you up. So you have to be very, very mindful of how you react to the shit that somebody say to you. And that's why, for me personally, it's not so much what you say, unless you literally threaten my life. Now that's something totally, now that you moved out of the realm of just using words. But anything short of putting anything other than putting your hands on me, you can say whatever the fuck you want, because like I pointed out, I can beat your ass and you can say it again. Then that mean I gotta beat your ass again? You understand what I'm saying? It becomes pointless. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm at the age that I am. I am a middle-aged black man. I don't know. And it could be, I could chalk it up to some point because of my personality. I just don't care, man. You say whatever you want to. Enjoy yourself. Just don't put your hands on me. Don't take my stuff. And I'm cool. I'm the type of person where if I had a problem with Tone, I would walk up to Tone and say, look, I'm not exactly sure why the fuck I don't like you, but I don't like you and I don't want to have no conflict. So I'm going to stay over here, and I'm just telling you so that you can stay the fuck over there. Because any kind of way we get the same space, there could be a problem. And I don't want that problem. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just
I
like
think a lot of
you.
people don't realize.
Most
don't realize
motherfuckers,
that
most
decisions
motherfuckers
are
will never do that. Most motherfuckers will never do that.
I think a lot of dudes don't realize that a lot of decisions they do make that they think are like masculine are actually feminine. Like, like how they'll fight somebody over him saying something about them. They think like, yeah, he said something about me, so I use my masculine aggression to do it. But they thinking of what they doing to handle it, but not the why. Like, they don't never sit and process like, okay, what did this guy say to me? Or what did this guy do to me? He said something. What did he say? Okay, was it true or false? No. Do he deserve to die for it?
It's a lot of
maybe not.
niggas in prison. It's
But,
a lot of niggas in prison.
Should I be the one that kill him?
Yeah, it's a lot of niggas in prison who made a very quick decision that cost them a whole lot of goddamn time. I've been in there with them. I was once one of them. So your emotions could get you could get you in a world full of hurt. And just like Topaz said in her comment, the object is to be smart. You don't want to make shit hard for you. You understand what I'm saying? But my bad. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had to say that I was feeling the spirit, and I didn't want to talk in.
Holy Ghost hit you. I know how you get that. I'll start dancing into it. Ain't no organ in this motherfucker. You feel me?
Sure.
But, yeah, but we don't recognize that, like, and I say we because sometimes I find myself doing shit like that too, growing up, and I'm kind of kicked out of it. But like, you don't realize that it's like an emotional action. You think it's like a masculine thing. Even like how dudes like pursue, like how they like look up to dudes who rock the biggest chains and the flashiest cars. Like that's like a feminine trait. Not to like shit on women, but like that's a feminine trait to be attracted to the look nice of something. You know what I mean? I don't know how to word it, but like it looks like comfort. But but they don't never have the logical mind. They don't use their logical mind about okay, how this motherfucker afford this if his album sales is this and this is that? How are they affording it? And then realizing that they're not. But you caught up in the list of it, so you make all your decisions, your masculine decisions, from a emotional place. I won't even say masculine. Most of your logical decisions from an emotional place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now
you've
made
a lot of dudes
your
are.
actual logic.
Yeah, a lot of dudes are as materialistic as women are.
Yeah.
And I would say on to some degree, it's because they emulate women. They're emulating women's behavior, and to another degree, is because they know that those things attract women.
Yeah, but shit. Going on to like what we talking about, I wanted to throw this in there a minute ago. I just didn't want to cut nobody off, but it's like you should never underestimate people. See, I'm not about to get all up in the nigga face. I don't know what he capable
Exactly.
of. Like I could walk up on you,
Exactly.
Top, and I could just be like, nigga, let's be real. I ain't probably had a fight since like the goddamn 5th grade. I'm over here talking tough. Nigga, you could be a fucking black belt karate or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm walking up on you like I'm just the toughest nigga. No, I'm not underestimating nobody. You can have a gun on you, you can have a knife, some motherfucking Ninja Turtle nunchucks, nigga. I don't know what you got. Like I'm not about to underestimate nobody. Cause it probably be them. It probably be it's some nerd out there right now that's getting pressed by a bully, and they don't know that he got a black belt in jujitsu or some shit, and he about to fuck this nigga up. Like I'm not
He
underestimating
go
nobody.
Bruce Leroy his ass, is he?
And that's your logical mind telling you like, hey, I don't really know what the fuck I'm dealing with. It ain't worth it. But and I hate to keep bringing it back to this. Well, that's kind of what you said. Dudes is acting like bitches. So what it is like, so you ever notice like when a woman hit a dude, she don't never process in her head like he could actually beat my ass if he really wanted to. In her mind, you did something that made me want to hit you, so you're deserving of it, and nothing's gonna happen from it. Or at least you don't think that far because you sit and hit another, a grown man that could break you in half if he wanted to. And that's where these dudes think from. They don't think like, damn, what if I shoot this guy and his homeboy now come shoot me or one of my peoples that had nothing to do with this? They don't care because they're in an emotionally driven state, and they're thinking it's the logic. They think it's logic because their logic is so connected to their emotions. It's like you mad, so do something logically. If you happy, then do something logically to show that you're happy. Like if you sad, do something logically. But that's not how it's supposed to work. Sometimes you sad for reasons you shouldn't be sad for. Sometimes you angry for reasons you shouldn't be angry for. But when you can't separate the two, or you weren't taught to separate the two because you got to actually sit in a house and watch the two. Like the emotion part is good. So like for instance, if you fail at something, your emotions have you go, dang, you sad and you angry at yourself for failing. So it motivates you logically to not fail next time.
Right.
And I'm not saying that guys should not recognize the emotions that they have. I mean, there's really no way to avoid it. You can't be a robot because you're not a robot. But as a man, you have to logic your way through your emotions before committing to an action, because that's how emotions work. They spur you to action. And as a man, you don't have the luxury of doing like women do, allowing your emotions to spur you to action without thought. And shout out to Professor MGTOW. I haven't seen anything from him in a while on Instagram. I have to check his YouTube channel out. That man out there living his life. Shout out to him. And that is true. Don't underestimate a man's Pablo. Speaking of Pablo Escobar, just very dangerous man. All men should be a little bit dangerous, or else you just really not a man. From my point of view, anyway. And all good men are a little bit dangerous. Why? Because like Loki said, nobody who's good is always all good. Just like nobody who's bad is always all bad. So if you're a good man, you'll be a little bit dangerous.
Oh yeah,
Jordan
yeah,
Peterson
definitely.
said it in a good way too. Jordan Peterson said, a good man who isn't dangerous isn't capable to stand up against bad, so that'll make you good. A man who isn't capable to stand up against like a force of bad isn't good. You're just in the way.
Pretty much.
So you have
That's
to
how
have
a lot.
some.
That's how a lot of black men are. From my point of view, they don't want to stand up. They don't want to stand up against evil. I think a lot of black dudes are really cowards, in my estimation, and that's no shade, no hate. You know, I'm not saying that they can't redeem themselves, but a lot of these dudes who be on YouTube complaining about what black women be doing. So, for example, you hear dudes saying, "Well, black women get all this education." Okay, yeah, they do get all this education. But here's the question. Who enables that? Black women put niggas on child support. Yeah, that's true. I would never say that it isn't. But my question is this. Who enables that?
Who got her pregnant? Like, yeah,
No,
like
no, 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 no. I mean, it's even bigger than that, bro. It's this. What I'm saying is the reason why I say that most black dudes is cowards is because they're afraid to address that it's this system that makes that incentivizes everybody in it to behave the way that they do. So, for example, black women could not abuse the child support system if the people who invented the child support system didn't allow them to do so.
Right.
And therefore niggas would not have nothing to complain about. But what niggas do, and why I say that they're cowards, is because they only stop the conversation at what the women doing, and they never go any deeper. Because if they do go any deeper, then that finger that they point at the black women, it's gonna be three fingers pointing right back at them, letting them know that we ain't doing our job. And what is our job? Doing something about the system that creating the problem in the first place. But
yeah,
niggas wanna be friends and kumbaya and all that bullshit.
I
that's
think
right.
black people as a whole are cowards.
Say that again, Tone.
I think black people as a whole are cowards at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. But I would always highlight this, and that is, generally speaking, it's the men who go to war, not the women. They do play their part, but they don't go to war. You both of you guys you ever read 2000 Seasons? You should read that book. It's a real dope book. Shit, some of them African women that was characters in that book, shit. Top ain't interested in getting married. One of them bitches, I'll marry that motherfucker. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's why
Cam
you.
is on point. What you really got beef with is the system. And the system ultimately serves the interests of whites before anybody else. And whites are interested in making niggas argue with black women, because then they don't get a chance to argue with the people who causing the problem. You get it?
And
Bait, bait, switch.
that's why you just can't let nobody have your mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people in your head, because the day you do that is the day you gonna lose. Like, I'm it's just like, what was I trying to say? That shit was on right on the tip of my tongue. I done forgot what I was about to goddamn say. I'm acting like Top. That shit was right there.
No, nigga, you left that shit in the Uber.
I got
nigga.
the Top all timers. Hold up. That shit was right there. Goddamn.
You got the young time. You got the young timers, nigga. The short timers, nigga.
I done forgot. It was a good point too. I'm mad. I forgot. I just forgot it. Just like that.
We gonna see
Old
Ro dress up as one of the Fry guys on Halloween, nigga.
This nigga here.
Now,
But
anyway,
that's what I was trying to say. My bad.
There you go. See, I helped you remember.
Like this is how I see life. If, for example, I'll be doing rideshare or whatever. When people get in my car mad and they take it out on me, I know you're not mad at me, because my thing is, like, if you don't like me, something is wrong with you. Like, you got internal personal problems, because I'm cool with everybody. Like, I talk to a bum on the street, a crackhead. Like, I'm respectful to everybody. I got love for everybody. So if you just come and not liking me, like, that's really a you problem. Just like racist people. Like,
It's
I
hard
feel
not
I
to
feel
like Ro.
sorry. I feel sorry for
It's
racist
hard.
people. Like, because you hate your
Ro
life.
is
I love my life.
Ro
Like,
is the
you hate
type of
your life
nigga.
so much, you hate me. You know what I'm
Ro
saying?
is
Like,
the
how you
type
gonna
of
hate
nigga.
me? You don't know me.
Ro is the type of nigga that when he talk to you, he make you think he's smiling. This nigga will come up and have a conversation with you and be smiling like a motherfucker. That's what I be thinking, bro. Like you just got like your little Diddy bop and shit. And he's like, yo, what's up, man? He just had this big California smile and just be talking to people and shit. So.
Yeah, I'm a very chill person. So if you don't like me, like, it's something wrong with you, because I ain't gonna do nothing to hurt you, your feelings, to make you feel bad, unless you do it to me first. Now you you talk some shit to me, then I'm gonna talk some shit back. But for the most part, I don't even bring that type of energy into this world. So I'm just like, dang, like, I feel sorry for you. You woke up mad today. Like, I woke up happy. Like, I'm living my life. I ate good today. Like, what you so? I feel sorry that you mad, bro. Like, you really just mad. You don't even know me and you mad at me. Like, your life must really suck for you to wake up and be just mad at a stranger. Like, your life sucks.
So
like, I feel
let
sorry
me
for you.
ask you, bro. How do we go about not being so emotional? I mean, how do we go about going through the shit that we go through without it having a huge impact, an emotional impact on us? Where we respond to motherfuckers emotionally.
But just think about the long term. Is it worth it? Because if you let somebody get under your skin so bad, like, you letting them win, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got your ass. Like I said, these passengers get on my nerve all the time. But if I was just to do some shit and they gonna I know for sure they gonna play the victim. I could probably yell at somebody, hey man, be quiet. They'll be like, oh my God, he attacked me. Next thing you know, I'm out of my job. I'm losing my money. And guess what? He gonna hop in the next Lyft and the next Uber. He gonna keep living his life. And now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get my money now. Now my life is fucked up because I reacted emotionally. Now I'll give you one more example. For example, my pet peeve is when I go pick people up and they are not, like, ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's rude to have people waiting, and that drives me crazy, right? So I drive over there 15 minutes, and then they want to make me wait the whole 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck, like, you should have been out here. It took me 15 minutes. And part of me, my ego and my emotion want to just say, hey, look, you should wait till he walk outside and just cancel this nigga as soon as he walk up to the car. Just be petty. But it's just like, okay, if I cancel him right now, by the time I get another ride, I'm probably gonna have to drive another 6-8 minutes just to pick somebody else up, when I could just wait a little extra to pick this dude up and still make my money. So logically, I'm like, man, by the time you get another ride, you're gonna drive, spend some more gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even worth it. You might as well just wait for this nigga for 45 more seconds. But the emotional side of me want to be like, I should just wait until he walk out the door and just drive off right in front of his face.
Just peel off.
But what is that gonna do for me? It's gonna make me feel good for like 10 seconds.
Yo, you petty motherfucker. Yo, you a petty motherfucker. That motherfucker, I can see that motherfucker chasing you down too. That shit would be hilarious.
I ain't gonna lie, I did it a couple times though. Sometimes it do feel good. I don't do it often.
Yo,
but
I did that to a chick I know one time. I went to go pick her up, and then she did some shit to me, pissed me off. I was like, fuck you, bitch. You can't even sit in the front. I'll pick you up, but you gotta sit in the back seat. And then when I pulled up, she did reach to get in the back seat, and I pulled off on her motherfucking ass right when she grabbed the door. Yo, I pulled off like 150 feet down the street from her motherfucking ass. This goofy bitch walked out there and tried to get in the door again. I locked that motherfucker. I locked that motherfucker on that bitch and killed drove off another 150 feet, and then that bitch got mad, turned around, and started to walk back to our house. And then I backed up. I was like, I'm just playing. Yo, that pussy was good in the motherfucker. That's some expert level game that y'all niggas, you don't know nothing about that. Don't try this at home. I mean, this is just stories from your uncle. Anyway, we getting close to the 1 hour mark, fellas. Is there anything you'd like to add? Anybody out there in top TV land got questions? Make sure you guys plug your social media so the folks can get in contact with you if they want to do a little something, or if they want to check out what you do.
Oh shit. That's my closing shit is like arguing with people. And this is why I don't do it. Like, you know, when I first started social media, I go debating these little retards in my comments all day. And just like that shit ain't even worth it. It's a waste of time because you got to remember what you talking to. You probably talking to somebody that's in a basement with a computer and a helmet on. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got no common sense, and you arguing with him. You arguing with this dude that's in his basement with a helmet on his laptop. in the comforts of its own house. Like it's a waste of time arguing with people.
I had to learn that shit the hard way because, to be perfectly, I'm an Aries, and Aries, we are perceived as argumentative, but it's not that we argumentative, it's that we right and you wrong, and we can prove that you wrong. You just don't want to be wrong, you just want us to argue with you. So, you know, but I understand exactly what you're saying, Ro, and that's why I came to the conclusion that I came to on the show the other night. It's really a waste of time. You wasting a whole lot of goddamn mental capacity and breath just going back and forth with a motherfucker. For what? You can't stop people from saying the shit that they gonna say, and people gonna say some very foul, disrespectful shit. They may say it to you, they may say it around you, they may say it to somebody around you. What you gonna do?
You ain't gonna change their mind.
Really,
like
what you gonna do? Exactly, bro.
Like Ronnie said, you still a bitch. You still a bitch.
You know what I'm saying? See, I'm at the stage mentally where I could be out in public, and like I said earlier, I already expect to be called a nigga. It don't bother me. I expect white people to call me niggas. A nigga, I expect niggas to call me a nigga. It has absolutely no power whatsoever, right? But I just be like, okay, well, I might be one. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah, man. Shit, they looking at you, Top. You done been through a lot. You done been in the system. You built your life up. You know, you chilling right now. Is it worth going back? Like, just because somebody called you a nigga, like, is it worth going back? Like I don't think you would think that is worth it unless they like attack you or some shit. But for the most part, you done built your fucking life. Like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to ride off into the sunset. I'm quite sure you don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you fuck all that up just because somebody said something to you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it to you like this. I'm at the point now where I understand that some things is just not worth investing any time or energy into. Just like you pointed out, or Tone said, you can't change somebody else's mind. You can't stop people from saying or thinking the things that they say or think. But if somebody steps on your Jordans, because that's the minimum requirement, and they do it, and if somebody intentionally steps on your Jordans, yeah, you should haul off and knock the shit out of them. Like at least ask them, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, so you gotta assess the situation. That's also what I'm saying. You know, you gotta assess the situation, because an old white dude could call you a nigga. You punch him in the face, he fall and hit his head on the goddamn ground, he die. You go to jail forever.
Black man kills white man. That's all it's gonna say.
Or you could be like the two dudes who ran up on the white dude, call themselves jumping a white dude. He pulled out a goddamn pistol and had excellent shooting skills, and he shot both of the motherfuckers 2 times apiece from the hip.
Damn.
So you got to gauge the situation when the motherfucker, you got to recognize that a motherfucker is trying to goad you, trying to antagonize you, trying to get you out of character, and try to gauge why they're doing this. Be more inquisitive. Learn to ask questions like what I just said. You fuck you, nigga. Well, I might be a nigga, but what you gonna do about it? Because see, that gets straight to the fucking point. Because if all you gonna do is just call me a nigga, well, that you ain't doing nothing.
That shit don't hurt me.
Anyway, final thoughts, Tone? Oh, Tone fell out. I'll be damned. By the time he get back, we'd probably be off the air. Unless he get back before we get off the air. Anyway, shout out to Tone. Make sure you subscribe to Tone, or rather follow him on Instagram and follow him on TikTok. He doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but I think he may be having one coming soon in the future. Check with him. And I'm not sure when his next comedy show is going to be, but he's a comic extraordinaire, up and coming. Check him out. He out there in Arizona. Roe, hit him with your socials.
You see it right there at the Roe Show Podcast on Instagram and YouTube. That's where you can find me at. Yeah, that's it.
And the Roe also offers discounts for Uber rides through AARP.
Cap.
No cap, nigga. No cap, nigga. Yo, I appreciate you for coming through, Ro. We was supposed to do this show last night. I wasn't feeling well, and I want to say that I really appreciate you taking the time out to come and holler at me on a Tuesday evening. Same thing to the homie Tone. He probably won't get a chance to get back before we get out of here. I brought you guys in with J. Cole. I'm going to take you out with an underground joint from my man Kev Brown. Life's a gamble. Until next Monday, or rather, I'll be seeing you motherfuckers on Thursday for episode number 3 of the Hodl and Gamble Show. And then I'll be back again Sunday for episode number 4, part 2 of NFTs. Make sure you show up so you can get this motherfucking game while I'm giving it to you, so you don't have to pay. Because if you don't get it then, I'm going to make the video private, and then you're going to have to pay to see it. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it into an NFT so y'all can hustle my shit and get paid. That's how we going to do in 22. Anyway, here go Tone. Tone came back. Well, I thought he came back. Tone, you got to fix your dial-up connection, man. We got broadband nowadays. You can't be getting on the internet with modems and shit. You got to get rid of that flip phone. You got to get rid of that flip phone and get a smartphone.
Is you getting broadband with aunties and shit?
Anyway, man, I hit him with your socials. Get out of here. Thank you for coming through on a Tuesday evening. Again, we were supposed to do this last night. Appreciate you, fellas. Appreciate you, Cam, for coming through. Miss Topaz with the light-skinned eyes and that drink. My man Dave, Misha Mack, the lovely Misha Mack. My man Ned out there in trucking land. Until next time, folks. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. It's tight gritty out here. Struggle continues, you know. Yeah, y'all. This is what I am, what makes me, what motivates me lately. I've been asking myself that exact same question. Staying alone in my own section. No glamour, no chains, and no fame. It's so strange, it feels like things never gonna change. I write bars with beats banging out in the background to drown out thoughts of losing. Moving from home to parts unknown, unfamiliar chances. Advances, few and far between. Success is hardly seen, an object hard to gain. It's not a game, I know this. Hate showbiz, but for the home team I still maintain the focus. I'm not gonna blow my turn, I know there's plenty of dough to earn. Look, yeah, yo, life's a gamble. It's like a test to see how much a brother can handle without flying off the handle. You gotta remain focused, be careful, get the cash in hand.
Trying to get mine till it's all done. Trying to get mine till it's all done.
Yo, it's getting dark earlier now. The seasons changing, watching all options. Not many to choose from. It's like either winning or not. I've been given a lot that haven't got back. I know I'm about to collect though. Correct foes for not thinking the same. You think you can hang, but think twice. Sometimes this life is just like a roll of the dice, and I don't play them high stakes a lot, cause it takes a lot, and I ran into snakes a lot. But when you create from the heart, these things happen. I'm trapped in the biz, cold as aspen. Try to move correct, not lose connects and vex. I'm like one sec from noose and next. My notebook got lines on it, forcing me to cross the lines with words that happen to rhyme on it. Yeah, yo, life's a gamble. It's like a test to see how much a brother can handle without flying off the handle. You gotta remain focused, be careful, get the cash in handfuls. Yo, life's a gamble. It's like a test to see how much a brother can handle without flying off the handle. You gotta remain focused, be careful, get the cash in handfuls.
Trying to get mine till it's all done. Trying to get mine till it's all done. Trying to get mine till it's all done.
See, the object of the game is to win. Rockers